Okay.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mary Sedgwick, and I live in Asheville, North Carolina. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. Each of us in life are given little trials and tribulations and challenges, and one of the challenges I have been given is the loss of my sight. I'd like to tell you a little bit about that. When I was a fourth-year medical student at East Carolina University School of Medicine, I was in the passenger seat of a friend's car, and when I turned to look at her, I became acutely dizzy. The next thing I know, I was in the hospital and suddenly had some loss of use of my left hand, unable to lift a cup, and I had the attending physician come in and tell me that I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Well, what I knew of multiple sclerosis was the patients on the hall in the hospital down the corridor that were there confined to the beds and wheelchairs. I thought my career as a medical student was over, and I didn't know what to do. Over the next few weeks, I decided that I was going to continue on with medicine and graduated a few months later. I went on to do my residency in obstetrics and gynecology in Asheville, North Carolina. Well, during residency, I had a few MS exacerbations, flare-ups, in which my vision was affected, but then it returned to normal. It wasn't until the end of my residency, beginning of practice, that my vision was acutely affected. And during that time, my vision became doubled and blurred. And as it became doubled and blurred, areas of it was blacked out. This time my vision did not return to normal. And as it didn't return to normal, I had to make a hard decision. I had to decide that I was no longer be able to practice, and I resigned from practicing. This was the most difficult decision I had made in my life. Resigning from practice left me going from working 100 hours a week to 0 hours a week, leaving me devastated and depressed, losing my sense of who I was as a person, lost. And I just lost all sense of worth, and just was devastated, and took me quite some time to just find who I was. But my vision over this period of time, over a period of 2 years, just slowly continued to worsen. It was like I was watching a movie of my vision slipping away. And on March 4th of 2004, I woke up and I thought my eyelids hadn't opened. I kept trying to open my eyelids over and over, but they were open, but everything was black and dark, and I just couldn't believe it. I had just entered into this world of darkness. Everything was gone. My world was dark, and my vision was gone, just overnight. And I was terrified and frightened and in a panic, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know that it was worth calling anybody, because I didn't know what they'd be able to do for me. I didn't even know how to pick up the phone, because I didn't know where the numbers were on the phone to even call anybody. But somehow I found the strength and courage to move on. And I did. I went on, reached out to family and friends, and went on to the North Carolina School for the Blind Adult Rehabilitation Center in Raleigh, where I learned computer-assistive technology, Braille, adult daily living skills, and did a careers course in which I decided that I was going to start up a business doing motivational speaking, which I did start a business, Mountaintop Endeavors, where I started traveling across the United States. But at that time, I decided that I did not want to use a white cane to walk, that I wanted to get a guide dog. And I did. I went and got my first guide dog, Wrangler, from Leader Dogs for the Blind. And that gave me such independence and freedom that I had never had before. Being able to walk freely and openly with such security. And unfortunately, Wrangler passed away when he was 6 years old. But then I had the blessings of going and getting my second guide dog, Lucy, who is sitting here with me now. And she continued the journey that Wrangler began, guiding me through this world with such freedom. So being able to walk openly into this new world with the opportunities that it has granted me with my vision loss has been a challenge, but one that I have overcome. But I'd like to tell you about an opportunity that is opening up in Morganton for those that are hearing impaired and visually impaired, that is going to be a living community. This community is going to be apartments that are going to be 1- and 2-bedroom apartments that will provide a living community environment in which they will be able to live and have the opportunity to be close to the bus line, also close to the hospitals and medical facilities. There'll be shopping facilities nearby, and theater, and
safe, secure.
And it's a safe and secure environment in which they'll be able to live.